Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by for a little more R&R. Today's topic is going to be chicken coops. This is the particular chicken coop that we've had for about 10 years now. It's built on a old tracking wagon. So this was an old tracking wagon here. As you can see, it has wheels. It's a little trailer that we used to use for our goat feeders to feed hay. It had a hopper feeder for feeding hay. And we turned it into, about 10 years ago now, we've turned it into a chicken coop. And it holds up fairly well. It's good for about 60 or so chickens, give or take. Plenty of roosting space for them, plenty of nesting boxes for them. I'll show you the nesting boxes right here. So we do have a couple of eggs in here still. We checked them earlier today. We do have a couple eggs, and we tried to set it up so it's easy to clean. So this whole back side here will drop down. So you can essentially come in here and you can rake all this material out onto the ground. Underneath the shavings here is this metal grate. It was actually an old grate from a shelving unit, and it's worked out perfect for this application. It's stainless steel, works out really well. We are using shavings right now. I have been wanting to try the mats, the actual coop nesting mats. It seems like a good idea. I know right now we're going through shavings pretty rapidly because the chickens are actively getting in there and laying eggs, and they kind of scratch around too. But you can close this back up. And like I said, that enables you to be able to clean it pretty easily. You know, kind of the old farmer's motto, you know, function over fashion kind of a thing. As long as it functions well. Same thing with, it's the little things like these latches. Make it easy for yourself. If you got to get in here and check these eggs every day or a couple times a day, make it so you can come in here with one hand, you got your egg carton or your basket in the other hand, and you can just close it down. It's an easy way to do it. If you're going to make it, design it so it's easy for you to work on. On this end here is a little rack. We've got a little extra water bucket here. This is just an extra water bucket. You can put a feeder on there. Again, this entire thing is portable. It's built entirely on a trailer. This is the front side of the coop here. This is for added ventilation. It's got a little Dutch door kind of in the front, so you can clean it out easier. It kind of needs to be cleaned out right now. It's a little bit messy. Haven't really got around to it. We're just now starting to get a little bit nicer weather down here. But again, Dutch door set up. It's got these nice latches on the front of it. And then you can open this door here. And this is just added ventilation. There's also ventilation you can kind of see all the way across. And this is completely above the roosting bars. You don't want the draft to be directly on the chickens. And I'll show you that set up here, the inside of the coop. So as you can see, sorry about the mess, but you can see the roosting bars. It's got several roosting bars plus right in front. The one thing I would have added differently is some sort of a block here. Put this bar here maybe on a hinge system, so you could close it up to keep them from getting in there at night. Sometimes they do get in there and we end up with kind of a messy situation, but that's to be expected sometimes with chickens. We do have a light set up in here. This is just a simple bulb, little fluorescent bulb, doesn't draw much power at all. And we got it on a timer. This is just your standard timer. Let's see if I can get it open here. That's just your standard timer plugged up, and what that does, it comes on about 5 o'clock or so in the morning, goes off about 7. Just adds a couple extra hours to help encourage them to lay more. They are more or less phototropic in their laying, so there's a lot of wives' tales as far as pepper flakes, different types of things to get them to lay. And while that may help, it's really not going to be the only deciding factor on whether or not they lay for you. The coop itself is built out of these old sign panels here. You can kind of see a cross section here. They're old signs, so it's aluminum on both sides, plastic in the middle, and they're meant to be out in the elements, been out in the sun. They've got a UV protectant on them. They're lightweight, easy to clean, and they're durable. A lot of times you can pick these old signs up from different places, especially businesses that do that type of work, menu boards, things like that from restaurants, seasonal events, that kind of thing. You can pick them up. One thing we did incorporate a few years back was our coop door. This is an automatic chicken coop door. We do have one linked that's very, very similar to this in our TikTok shop. This one here has been the best design that I've seen. I know there's solar powered ones. There's ones that you just plug up on their own. This is actually battery powered. It's got a nice sealed unit here. It's a battery powered system. And what that does is that enables you to put this anywhere. You can put this thing up anywhere you can imagine. You don't have to worry about sunshine. You don't have to worry about cloudy days. This is what we've been using. This particular one here we've had in use for about 4 years now, actually. And you can set it up for it to be, on a photo cell, so it comes on with certain, light intensity levels, or you can set it up on a timer. I prefer to set it up on a timer because if you're in a particular setting like this where you may have trees on one side or the other, that can mess with the photo cell that's on the unit. But again, that's just what we're using. It's a good way. We've all done it before. You're laying in bed and you all of a sudden realize, oh crap, I didn't come and close the coop. And that just kind of helps. Keeps the predator, losses down. But anyways, this is the chicken coop that we use. Like I said, we've had this one for about 10 years and it's served us really well. It's, we really like it. Again, like I said, good ventilation here in the South. We don't have to worry so much about cold weather. It's more or less the ventilation, keeping them cool, but you just don't want it to be directly across those roosting bars. As long as you can keep them dry, the cold really doesn't seem to bother them. Anyways, hope this helps. Hope you might, find some of this information useful, and have a good day.